So, lay aside all malice and deceit and hypocrisy and envy and slander, and like newborn babies, earnestly desire the pure spiritual milk, that by it you may grow up into salvation. As you come to Him, a living stone, rejected by men, but in God's sight chosen and precious. You yourselves are being built up into a spiritual house so that you might be a holy priesthood, so that you might offer sacrifices pleasing to God through Jesus Christ. For it stands written, behold, I'm laying in Zion a stone, a cornerstone, chosen and precious. Whoever believes in Him will not be ashamed. So, you who believe, He's precious. But for those who do not believe, the stone which the builders rejected has become the cornerstone, a stone of stumbling and a rock of offense. They stumble because they disobeyed the word as they were destined to do. But you are a chosen race, a holy priesthood, a holy nation, a royal priesthood, a people of God's own possession, that you might declare the excellencies of Him who called you out of darkness into His marvelous light. Once you were no people, now you are God's people. Once you had not received mercy, now you have received mercy. Beloved, I urge you to, as aliens and exiles, I urge you to abstain from the passions of the flesh that wage war against your soul. Keep your conduct among the Gentiles honorable, so that when they speak against you as evildoers, they might see your good deeds and glorify God on the day of visitation. Be subject, for the Lord's sake, to every human institution, whether it be to the emperor as supreme, or to governors as sent by him to punish those who do evil and praise those who do good, because it is God's will that by doing good you should put to silence the ignorance of foolish people. Be people who are free, but don't use your freedom as a cover-up for sin, but live as servants of God. Honor all people. Love the brotherhood. Fear God. Honor the King. Servants, be subject in everything to your masters, not only to the good and the gentle, but to the crooked. For it is a grace when you endure or suffer sorrows while enduring suffering. For what credit is it if when you do evil and are beaten for it, you endure? But if you do good and are beaten for it or suffer for it, you endure. This is a gracious thing with God. For to this you have been called. For Christ suffered for you, leaving you an example that you should walk in His steps. He committed no sin. No deceit was found in His mouth. When He was reviled, He did not revile in return. When He suffered, He did not threaten, but He kept entrusting Himself to the one who judges justly. He bore our sins in His body on the tree that we might die to sin and live to righteousness. By his wounds you have been healed. For you were straying like sheep, but have now returned to the shepherd and overseer of your souls. Wives, be subject to your husbands, so that even if some do not obey the word, they might be won without a word by the pure and reverent conduct of their wives. Don't let your adorning be external. The braiding of hair, the putting on of gold jewelry, the clothing that you wear. Let your adorning be the hidden person of the heart with the imperishable beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is very precious in the sight of God. In this way, the holy women who hoped in God used to adorn themselves, submitting to their own husbands, as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, and you are her children if you do good and do not fear anything.